Hey guys, do you have a trip planned that's going to Nassau soon? Well, today we've got a couple of excursion ideas and things to do around Nassau, and that's coming up next on the Ocean Ears Travel Show.
I was under the weather last week. I am not now. I'm feeling substantially better.
Yes, you are. You guys, thank you all for coming in. Welcome in, welcome in. New week.
New week.
New set of stuff to talk about.
I can breathe.
You can breathe, which is great, I think.
I put on clothes.
He is among the living this week.
I actually put on regular clothes.
That is great. Him and the couch have been friends.
Yeah. Just had some Mexican. My belly's full.
Uh-oh. Y'all watch out.
Yep. Just had some
I'm in a small, compact room.
Pollo Supremo.
Oh, oh well. Thank you for joining the podcast.
Yes, the podcast.
How's everybody?
Is it a podcast or is it a travel show?
Well, it's the Travel Show podcast.
Yeah, it's both.
You know, it depends on if you're listening to us, it's a podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, then it's a travel show.
We upload them in both places. So
we do. So if you want to see our ugly mugs and you're listening to us, jump on over to YouTube and find us at Ocean Ears Travel.
Before we get started.
Yeah.
New logo.
Ooh, yes. Our lovely friend over in India.
He made us a logo.
He made us a logo. Yeah.
So we are cartoons now.
I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cute.
Yeah, it looks just like me.
It does. I think it looks like me too.
Yeah, the white beard and everything.
Yep. Wonderful. So that's, our new logo.
So what do you think? Tell us what you think.
Yeah, tell us. Draw us yourself and send it in. You may find it featured on a video. You never know.
Also, this week, merchandise available with said logo, as well as the famous Dunch shirt. Dunch.
Y'all, he made a shirt out of Dunch. Lunch and dinner, Dunch.
She has a Dunch shirt.
So go if Dunch
amazing shirt coming soon.
If Dunch is what you want, oceaneers.com.
Oceaneerstravel.com.
You can find our Dunch shirt.
So,
have mercy.
If you do run into us on a cruise ship or a theme park or anywhere, come up and say hi. We may have something or may not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on if we remember to bring it.
When this comes out, if you're listening to us, we are probably on our way to Virginia. We've got a trip coming up this week.
Yeah.
Going to Busch Gardens out in Williamsburg, Virginia. Never been out there.
Yeah, visiting Williamsburg, Jamestown.
Yeah, doing some of the sights.
Going to the Halloween night at Busch Gardens.
Hallow Scream.
Hallow Scream. The haunted houses.
Yes.
I'm feeling very fall. Football.
Oh, yeah. We've decorated our house. We've got pumpkins and spiders all over everything. And
fall is my favorite time of the year.
Mine too.
You get Halloween, my favorite holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And we always vacation a lot in the fall.
We do vacation a lot in the fall. It's a good time for us.
So I love
kiddos
fall.
On spring or fall break.
Got our permanent pumpkin, which will be here for the entire fall.
Our little Mickey pumpkin.
At least till after Halloween.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see what kind of news we got this week. I know there's a couple of news stories coming out this week.
There was definitely a few things that came out.
Yeah. I guess a star is born, if you want to put it that way. Royal Caribbean has announced officially the name of the second Icon class ship. It's going to be Star of the Seas.
In a very brief announcement, no details. I'm assuming it's pretty much just going to be Icon's sister.
It's going to be pretty much a carbon copy, debuting in summer of 2025.
But
we don't know anything else yet. We don't know when booking will become available. We don't know if there's any changes or differences going to be coming, but we do know she's coming. That's all we know. Well, Star of the Seas.
You can also head over to oceaneerstravel.com and sign up there to our mailing list. And
if you want to be one of the first ones to know, I will let you know.
Subscribe to this and you'll get notifications as well.
Yay.
Because we always post videos every time that we get any info on them.
Yes, if we get anything new.
Substantial.
It'll be on probably our socials first and then here. So
all right, and then kind of some sad news.
Wah, wah, wah.
As everyone knows,
there's some unrest going on in the Middle East. So Israel.
What?
Yeah.
Unrest in the Middle East? Really?
Israel.
What is going on?
specifically. So
Israel was subject to an attack.
If you have cruises that are scheduled to go to Israel within the next little bit, you need to check with your carrier because there will be some itinerary changes. I know Royal Caribbean has already made itinerary changes because, we frequent that. Those ships, we do get emails a lot.
Which was there a certain? Do you remember the cruise ship that was affected?
I think it was Odyssey for sure. There may have been another one I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do know that those ports in Israel have been postponed and removed from your itineraries.
They've moved you to Turkey, I believe, as far as a port of call for those upcoming itineraries.
Yeah, Turkey, Greece is in that vicinity. So there's things that they can work around, but
this could be ongoing for a very long time, or could be very short term.
We don't know, but in honor of safety and keeping everybody on board,
hey, I'm for it.
Yeah, you got to move things around. So
safety first,
and we don't wish ill will on anyone across our entire globe. So.
We hope that this conflict is resolved one way or the other.
Yes.
In
peace and
safety to everyone. We wish you the best. So,
all right.
Now some good news.
Norwegian has announced this week that they are going to, I guess, accommodate solo cruisers a little better than they have previously. They announced 1,000 staterooms is going to be added to their fleet. Specifically for solo cruisers. So, this is a big thing. A lot of times if you're cruising, you pay double occupancy no matter if you're cruising solo or not. So this is a big thing for people that want to cruise alone. Norwegian may be one of your better bets as far as cost efficiency.
Leave you here.
Go right ahead.
I'm going on a cruise by myself.
Go right ahead. Do you think you could survive on a cruise without me?
I could get on. I don't know about getting back.
So,
it's worth a shot.
They will be available for booking this week. They will not be available on your sailings until after the first of the year in 2024.
And they're adding this fleet-wide, from my understanding.
Yes, they're
slowly rolling it out fleet-wide.
And you're not just going to have one category. You're going to have interior, ocean view, and balcony options.
Now, these are not new rooms. These are just rooms that they are setting aside
for solo cruisers.
Yeah.
There are some.
Now, I'm assuming that you can still book these rooms as a couple or a family or whatever, but you can book them as solos as well. I don't think they're just earmarking them for solos only.
I think
would be a large number.
Well, it's 1,000. You think of the whole fleet. I mean, that's going to be quite.
So it's 1,000 total or 1,000 per ship?
No, 1,000 total.
1,000 total. Okay, well that makes sense.
1,000 total. So they're going to earmark 1,000 total cabins across the fleet for solo cruisers.
That may not be enough. Then they may sell out really quick.
Now there are some solo cabins on different ships already. But
it is limited.
It is very, very limited.
Across the entire industry.
And it is very much, they reduce the space on those cabins. So you end up getting like one twin bed in a 8x12 cabin. I mean, it's a very small space.
And a cup to pee in.
And so, this will allow you to get
shower in the sink.
A full-scale room on a cruise ship just for a solo price.
Yes, you can make cruise rooms smaller, apparently.
Hey, go online and look at some of the crew cabin videos that people post.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
And imagine staying in those for 6 months or more. I mean, whew.
But anyway, there are a lot of solo cruisers, so this is a good thing.
This is a good thing. It is a good thing. Now, if you want to cruise in a suite, you're still going to have to pay that double occupancy price. So, nothing for our suite solo.
At this point.
But honestly, if you can sail in a suite, you can probably pay the price anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
Just saying.
All right, so that's pretty much the news for this week. We're not going to spend a ton of time on news.
No.
So we have a story this week, though.
Mm-hmm. Excusez-moi. We actually have some ideas. That was me kind of having a hiccup / burp action going on.
Just let it rip.
I'm human.
Just let her rip.
Yeah, we this week we wanted to kind of take you to a port of call. We haven't really visited that specifically, other than some private islands, as far as talking about it on the show. So we wanted to, probably the most visited cruise port worldwide is probably Nassau.
Yeah, just about every cruise ship stops in Nassau.
A lot of cruise ships.
So many
times. It's cheap berthing for cruises.
And there's a lot to do.
And a lot of cruises are, how do you say, they are, I guess, named in Nassau or registered, I guess is the word. Registered is the word I'm looking for. Registered in Nassau.
So they probably get tax breaks for going there as well.
So yeah, so your port taxes and fees, I think, are lessened if your ship is registered at a port. So
very, very popular port.
Very popular port.
Also recently renovated.
They put tons of money into the pier.
It's $200 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they completely renovated the port area. They added some ship docking space.
Which, if you think about it, an island like Nassau, $100 million is a huge investment.
It is.
I mean, it is in the United States too, but for a country like that, for a port.
But tourism and cruise traffic is its number one.
All
base
of these,
of revenue.
All of these islands are so dependent upon
tourism.
Yeah,
people coming in. But yeah, the port area is absolutely beautiful. They've done a fantastic job. I think the ease of traversing through is a lot better than it used to be. To get in and out from the port area to kind of downtown Nassau is nice and easy and smooth.
A lot of shopping real close to the port. Yep. A lot of eating areas real close to the port.
Yes.
You do have your typical nuisances.
You've got your peddlers that are right there at the port. They're everywhere, but in Nassau, I think they're a little more prevalent.
And a little more pushy. They're good people. I mean, they're just trying to make a living.
They are, and honestly, just keep saying no and keep walking, and it's fine.
But it does get old being asked. I mean, let's be honest. We're being honest here. It gets old being asked 10,000 times every 5 feet if you want your hair braided, or if you want to, I'm take you on a special trip. Take you, So.
You need taxi.
Yeah,
Come with me.
I understand that they are, they've only got a few hours to make their money, probably for several days, if not the week.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make as much as they can. I get it. But for the people having to deal with it, it's not always pleasant.
And it can be kind of intimidating for first-time cruisers, especially if you get on a cruise for the first time and your first port of call is Nassau and you're excited to visit a different country, an island country, and you get off, and the first thing you're greeted by is, 15 people want money, and
poverty is prevalent,
and it can be really overwhelming.
One thing about
they
Nassau,
do respond really well to no thank you, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you.
Yeah, they're not mean by any means, but it's just a nuisance.
Yeah.
But one thing about Nassau that you'll notice that's very prevalent is you have Nassau, and then you have the bridge, which takes you over to Paradise.
Yes.
Paradise Island.
Paradise Island.
And these are
New Providence.
Two different worlds.
Well, you can honestly tell where the money is and where the money isn't.
Well, yeah. Like Nassau is a lot of poverty, a lot of middle class, I suppose, at best. Where you cross the island over to Paradise, and it's $1 million homes. Celebrity homes,
manicured roadways, and
not a speck of.
But we're talking about, if you go into Nassau, you're going to automatically see Atlantis. It's
you can't
towering, it's pink, and it's massive, and you can't miss it. So, that's the main draw for Nassau besides cruising. And they have tons of things in Nassau that draws to Atlantis. I mean, you've got the World Poker Tour comes there, the World Series of Poker. You've got national golf tournaments that come there. There's, I think,
just about everything. I mean,
they even have a Bahamas Bowl for football.
Yeah.
And it's not just Atlantis. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the property itself draws a lot of tourism specifically just for that.
Well, it's massive.
There's other places in Nassau to visit. But, by far the largest is going to be that. And being on that side of town, a lot of your sports stars, your Oprah, actors and actresses have
Brad
homes
Pitt, Nicolas Cage, all these people
on the island have had large mansions on
and you can see
island.
them, when you're pulling in some of them.
Yeah.
These are not cheap properties. But
so you
cross the bridge and it's a whole other world.
It's Nassau.
So
we're gonna talk today about 6 things that we think are worth doing, that we have done ourselves, that we agree that if you are looking for something to do and you want to do something, any of these would be a great choice.
When we say that, we are specifically targeting things that you can do as cruise ship excursions. Not
always.
So, okay. I'm just being clear.
Yes. And if you are on a cruise ship, you need to look at your cruise planners, because these things are going to vary as to what they offer, and you may not be offered all of these. You may only be offered some. Nassau is a good port. Also, if you're going to try an independent excursion, it's you can do that here because of the smallness and the compactness of the island, and everything's like right there.
Or if you're looking for a fake Rolex, perfect place to get one.
So keep that in mind as well. You can very much just get off the ship and walk around. You don't need to feel like you're in danger at any time.
Your safety is always needs to be one of your primary concerns in any port. So, don't think you're completely safe anywhere. That's just not the case anywhere in the world. So,
but you're not as in danger here as you are in some
It's not
places.
like Haiti.
Obviously you don't want to, have your, bag of money in a see-through Ziploc, walking around the street. But
always use common sense. Always, be cautious and use protection, use protection.
But anyway.
It's important to use protection.
Are we going to get into this, or are we just going to keep rambling?
I have no idea. Okay, so we're going to go in order here, right? Starting at the bottom, moving to the top.
We are going to start at the bottom and move into the top. This is not necessarily...
Of our recommendations.
It's recommendations, ratings, different things that have
these are things that we have done.
Yep.
Rating as far as from our top to our bottom.
Yes.
And we're going to do 6 of them.
We are. All right.
So number 6.
Starting at 6 is the Blackbeard Pirate Adventure. I picked this specifically.
What was that?
Picked this specifically because it's a great excursion if you have little kids.
Yes.
They cater to kids on here. You're on a pirate ship doing pirate stuff. It really is. Prices, I have noticed nowadays, start about $60, $65 and go up from there. I think under 1 is still considered free if you want to go, but you can take infants on these excursions.
They're free if you send them by themselves. Just set them on the boat.
Set them on the boat.
Bring them back in an hour. We'll be here waiting.
There you go. You board a pirate ship. It looks like an authentic pirate vessel right at the port area where you get off of your specific ship, and you cruise around. It's about an hour and a half, an hour and 45-minute excursion. You do get a cup of rum punch or fruit punch if you're under 21. The rum punch is very prevalent in Nassau.
And it is delicious.
It is wonderful. But yeah, you just kind of sail around, and they will have games and things on the pirate vessel themselves.
You get to check out the crystal clear water and just sightseeing in general.
It's fun.
It's not a long trip.
They get the kids involved, and let them wear eye patches and pretend that they're pirates, and
Yeah.
they give them booty from a treasure.
Booty. They give them some booty.
They give them some pirate booty from the treasure chest.
So, it's about
it's
an hour and a
cute.
half, hour and 45 minutes. It's not an
cute.
all-day thing.
No.
But it's worth doing, and it's priced fair.
It is, and for when you're looking for something fun that'll cater to like the littler ones, your toddlers, your 10 and under, then this is a good one.
Caution on this: if you're traveling with grandparents or other people that have some mobility issues, this may not be the best choice for you. There is,
there's questionable as far as how accessible these things are.
You do have to enter the ship.
In our experience, we had to get, you have to traverse a few steps to get onto the ship. The pirate ship, so just be aware.
Yeah, that if you're completely unable to take steps, this probably isn't for you, so just be aware.
Yes.
But as far as, strenuous activity level, it is very low.
It is, and it's going to pick you up and drop you off right in the same spot.
And you would still have time to do some other stuff that day.
Yes, you will.
So number 6, Blackbeard Pirate Adventure.
Blackbeard, our matey.
I want some rum punch and
Shiver
some rum
me
cake
timbers. Hey,
at the same time.
Speaking of rum, our next recommended excursion is going to be the rum and walking food tour.
Welcome to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Rum everywhere.
Rum is very prevalent in Nassau. I think
For
they
obvious
have
reasons.
several rum distilleries in the area. And you can visit all of these on your own if you wish. But in our
it's the home of rum, isn't it?
In our experience with this, we enjoyed this because it was a walking tour. It was all, right within the downtown Nassau area. This runs from about $89, 3 hours. And you basically have a local guide that is going to guide you around, and you're going to visit about 4 different areas, I believe, 4 different establishments. You're going to get to sample some savory snacks, as well as try and sample several different types of rum. You're also going to get to see how rum is made. And you can purchase rum if you would like
and
to
rum
bring
cakes.
back with you, and rum cakes. You're going to visit a chocolatier, then they're going to have rum chocolates, which are delicious.
If you haven't had rum cake,
you're missing out.
It is
Rum cake is so good. The way it's so moist and delicious. Oh my gosh. There's different flavors of rum cake too, but
I'm on a roll today. I want some rum punch with some rum cake.
And some chocolate rum pieces too.
So yeah. So this is the rum and food walking tour.
Yeah.
About 3 hours.
About 3 hours.
Number 5.
Number 5 on our listeroo here. We've got some notes we've taken down here so I don't forget anything.
Well, that's because you're old.
That's because I'm forgetful. Number 4. Now
Number 4. Oh, you gotta let me do the intro.
Go ahead.
Number 4. There. Ow,
wow.
That hurt.
That was really loud.
Number 4.
Number 4 is one that you can do in different ways, and it is just a historical Nassau tour.
Like doing it different ways.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, y'all.
I'm in a mood today.
He is full of it. So this tour varies from about $32. You can do a Nassau historical tour walking. You can do it by bike, or you can do it by motor vehicle, or open air car, golf cart. I mean, there's 1,000 different ways to do this. And depending upon which excursion you choose is going to depend on what all you see. There is a lot to see in Nassau.
A lot of history.
A lot of history. The Queen's Staircase is an amazing sight to behold. I forget how many stairs it is, but I did read that it took like 900 slaves so many years to complete this, and they did it with chisel. and a hammer.
It's kind of like a defensive lookout type.
And so they named it for Queen Victoria because she abolished slavery later on. And so this was kind of, their, I guess, gift to her was to name this after her, since it was made completely by slaves and she abolished slavery. Yeah. So, it's massive. There's a tall hill in Nassau, and the Queen's Staircase basically goes from sea level all the way up. So you can traverse these stairs by foot if you wish. My suggestion is to take a motorized tour and go up to the top.
That sounds like a better idea to me.
Because the views from up top are spectacular. You can see the entire port area. There are 3 different forts on Nassau, which you can see in some of these tours.
This one was like, the Queen Anne was kind of like a defensive lookout.
Yeah, the top of the Queen's Staircase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Queen's Staircase, that's what I meant. It was like a lookout so they could see if attacks were coming.
And they had areas where, cannons could be put forth, and it was just really interesting when we went up there. There's also on the island is Blackbeard's Tower, which there's no actual treasure, but Blackbeard was a real person. And so Blackbeard's Tower is up there as well.
Just for the record, X never marks the spot.
No, it doesn't.
But these start from around $32 and up, depending on which option you choose.
Your cheaper option is going to be with walking, of course, and more expensive will be cars, of course. I will say...
And the duration varies as well.
One time when we were in Nassau, and we've probably been in Nassau 20 times, we had decided to get off. It was us and another couple, and we were just going to go to Atlantis and walk around, or go to Paradise Island and walk around. And so we got in a cab, and it was $4 a person to go over there. So we paid $4 a person for us 4. That's $16. There were 4 other people. There were 8 of us total, 4 other people in a taxi van. And we were on our way, and our taxi driver said, "Hey, if you guys would rather, I can take you on a complete tour of the island. We'll spend about 2 hours together for $20 a couple." So that was, $80 for him. And we all said yes. And we took off, and he took us around the island.
And he was fantastic. I do not recommend doing this, by the way. Just randomly going with some guy around an island.
Yeah. But we did, and we had a fantastic time.
We did.
But he took us to the rum cake factory. He took us to get some Goombay punch, which is a rum punch. He took us to several different beach areas along the different coasts. He took us to the Queen's Staircase. He took us to several of the forts. We also saw Parliament in Nassau, which is a big, huge, pink building, like courthouse looking thing. He showed us where, some of the poor areas of town. I mean, we're talking like just shacks and lean-tos, really poor area. So yeah, that was fantastic. It was probably the best $20 we'd ever spent on an excursion.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But that's where I fell in love.
Yeah,
with rum cake.
So
now I really want some rum cake.
Not necessarily probably the safest option, but we felt.
But it was good. I mean,
in our situation with all, 4 couples, and we all got to know each other really well, and yeah, we had a great time.
So, yeah, that was one of our best Nassau trips, I do believe. So
it was.
So again, starting at $32, duration will vary depending on choice and really what cruise you're on, what guide you pick, what tour company they use. So it can vary greatly. Yes. But there's a lot to see here. So these are things that we have done. So moving on. Number
3. Now this is one that is not going to be available by any cruise ship excursion package. This one you're going to have to do on your own if you wish to do it.
But it is worth it.
It is
a little pricey.
Margaritaville Resort Day Pass. Margaritaville built and opened a brand new resort in Nassau along the coastline a few years ago. I think it was probably right before the COVID shutdown. And it kind of, once cruising came back, it kind of opened back up. You pay one price and you get to use the entire grounds of this resort. Pricing that I have found today starts at about $110 for adults, $55 for children. And when I say the use of the entire grounds,
Tell me, what do we get?
You get
for $110, what do we get, Robin? Tell me.
You get complete use of the
complete
beach.
Use of the grounds.
Complete use of the beach. There are pools, lazy rivers, hot tubs, water slides, cliff jumping. There's a surf simulator, which some of your ships may have those already. You're going to have chairs, umbrellas, and towels to use, as well as free Wi-Fi.
It does not include any food or
no
beverage,
food
but
or
they
beverage
are available
for purchase.
Typical Margaritaville type of food.
Yes. Chicky tenders and hamburgers. And
what did you just call them?
Chicky tenders.
Chicky tenders?
Chicky tenders. Don't come for me. Chicky
oh, my Lord. Chicky tender shirt coming soon
Chicky
to
tenders.
oceanaistravel.com.
Yeah.
She just makes up words.
I do. It's okay.
Chicky tender shirt.
Chicky tenders. It's a very nice place. It's walkable. It's about a 15-minute walk from your cruise ship. And the beach itself is going to be protected and private. So you don't have to worry about, a lot of the vendors kind of coming up to you on the beach and selling you stuff.
Just a nice, relaxing day. Yeah. And if you don't want to walk, you can get taxi.
You can get a taxi to take you over there.
Even better, take a horse-drawn carriage.
Horse-drawn buggies are cool.
We did that once. It was nice.
Did.
So you can do that. That's kind of nice.
But yeah, Margaritaville Day Pass, resortforaday.com is where you can find these. And you put down a small fee to reserve your spot, and then when you get to the resort, you pay the remainder of your balance.
So there you go, Margaritaville at number 3. Now we're ready for number 2.
Number 2, I kind of lumped two things together here. Somebody come get this man. I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, I'm out. Yep. Number
2, I kind of lumped two things together here. Blue Lagoon and Pearl Island. Blue Lagoon and Pearl Island are both islands off of the coast of Nassau. Okay?
So not directly Nassau.
So not directly in Nassau, but it's a short boat ride away. And these are your beach breaks, that you see everywhere, advertised on cruise ships. You pay one price, you go to this place, and you hang out for 3 or 4 hours, and you have a deluxe beach break, or you sit on the beach,
snorkel.
You snorkel. You sit in a hammock.
Snorkel,
whatever.
Not provided, I'm sure, unless you want to pay a fee.
Just to get to these islands, you're looking at anywhere from like $60 to $100, depending on what time you go, how many ships are in port, that type of thing. But these also have the ability to have dolphin encounters, sea lion encounters, water sports, all kinds of extra additives that you can put onto this.
You can bring your own snorkel gear. That's not.
Yeah.
But if you want to rent it, I'm sure it's available.
I'm sure.
Now, the $75 to $100, does that is only to get you to the beach break itself. That does not include any of the dolphin encounters or...
Correct. All of those are going to be an additional charge. And, these prices are going to vary, like I said, by time of, year that you go, what kind of ship you're on.
Supply and demand.
Blah, blah, blah.
But the water is crystal clear.
They both have excellent swimming and snorkeling spots.
Beautiful, beautiful water.
Anywhere. Some of it, you may have a price that's going to include the beach break with a lunch. That sometimes is an option. And then you can also get a fully inclusive where you're going to have the beach break, the dolphin encounter, the lunch. All of it's going to be included in one price. And you can find that. It's just going to vary, like I said. But these are both excellent, excellent places to go. We've been to both places. I can't say I like one more than the other. I like them both. So
I definitely like one more than the other.
You can. You have an opinion.
I don't. I'm just messing with you. But
Okay.
no, they're both great. I'm just that
They
was number
are.
2.
That was number 2. So number 1.
Number 1. We already touched on it once. There's only if you think Nassau, there's only one thing.
Atlantis.
Atlantis has everything.
It's the big pink elephant in the room, if you will.
You can stay there in the Michael Jackson suite if you would like.
Yeah.
$25,000 a night, I believe, is what it was. I'm sure it's
I'm
even
sure it's
more
more
than
now.
that now.
But Atlantis is a destination in itself. Now, if you don't want to book anything to go to Atlantis, you can hop on a taxi and go over there. However, you will not be able to go any further than the casino. You can go in the shopping areas. There's some eatery places, and there is the casino. You can do all of that free. If you want to do anything else, you're going to have to book an excursion.
And they have a
ton of excursions.
ton of stuff to choose from. So
they have dolphin encounters. They have just beach days. They have the Aqua Adventure, which is Atlantis's water park, which I hear is fantastic.
Aquarium, I believe they have.
They have an aquarium. We've not done the Aqua Adventure just because it's been pricey, and our kid was kind of in between, being tall enough, not being tall enough, being too scared to ride stuff, that kind of weird age.
They do have a great casino there. We have been to that many times and played different games.
Yeah, I took a little bit of Atlantis's money.
Yeah, we actually won there, which was nice. So they do have some high-end shops.
Some really high-end shops, some nice souvenir options that, not your typical Nassau souvenirs, but some more Atlantis, Bahamian type souvenirs.
So let's go through some of these prices. I mean, you have the dolphin encounters. That's
$300 and up usually.
Person.
Yes.
And so I mean, it is pricey, but you do get a lot of interaction.
You can go to the beach, and the aquarium is usually the cheaper option. It's like $100 and up. And then your Aqua Adventure is $200 and up.
Again, depending on time of year.
Yeah.
How many ships and availability, because sometimes some of these do sell out for the day.
They do, especially if you have a lot of ships in port. And Nassau
they can only take
accommodate about 6 or 7 ships, I think. Yeah. So
at least 6.
Yeah, so you're looking at quite a bit of increased population on those days.
So, but you can also, if you're not on a cruise ship, you can just fly directly in and go to Atlantis.
Oh, yeah. And there's lots of things that is available in Nassau to do for, shoreside people. If you're not on a cruise ship, you can take, day trips to different islands around in the Bahamas, which is fantastic. You can't do that by cruise ship just because you don't have enough time.
Don't have enough time.
But that's a whole nother video of excursions for, shoreside Nassau vacationers.
So yeah, Atlantis is number 1 on the list. Let's run them down again real quick. Number 6, Blackbeard Pirate Adventure. Number 5, the Nassau Rum and Food Walking Tour. Number 4, the National Historical Tour.
Nassau Historical Tour.
Number 3, Margaritaville.
You're banned from talking anymore.
Margaritaville Day Pass.
Blue Lagoon and Pearl Island. Number 2.
Number 1 is Atlantis.
Yeah.
Now, as a bonus, there is a free item that we threw on the list that you can do that doesn't cost you a thing.
You don't want to spend a dime, but you want to get off and do something in Nassau. Junkanoo Beach is
completely free.
Completely free. It's the public beach in Nassau. You can walk there, or you can take a taxi if you want to. It's not huge. It's right next door to Margaritaville.
You can see the cruise ship from the beach.
You can, but you're going to have just the same crystal clear waters as everything else, but you are going to have vendors and stuff on the beach. You're going to have the ability, you could buy food and drink. You can taste some local rum. Rum is the key here.
Everything's rum. We did this. This is when we actually took the horse-drawn carriage. We took it around the shopping area, and it dropped us off there, and then we walked back.
Yeah.
So, I think we stopped at the Hard Rock on our way back, or something like that.
There's a Hard Rock. There's a Senior Frogs. There's
I think it was the Hard Rock we stopped at on the way back and
Probably.
grabbed a snack.
Yeah.
Because I like snacks. So, yeah, Junkanoo Beach.
Junkanoo.
Junkanoo.
I don't know what I'm going to do with him.
My voice has been shot for a week, so I'm just now getting it back.
Yet you still keep talking.
I know. I like it. I've got a lot to say. I'm behind.
Yeah, Junkanoo Beach is a great free option for you if you just want to get off and do something. And don't get mad at the people that tell you just to stay on the ship. After you've been to Nassau for 4, 5, 6 times, staying on the ship is not a bad way to go either. There's some pros to staying on the ship in a port of call. You've got less crowds. You're going to have the pools and the hot tubs to yourself, the buffet to yourself for lunch.
and sometimes they have little special things for people who stay on the ship.
Yeah, your spa,
your liquor tasting, and they had a drink contest one day when we stayed on the ship.
Yeah, and your spa services are usually going to be highly discounted because typically on a port days, people don't go to the spa, so you're going to find some discounts if you want to, have a facial or a massage or whatever.
So, Nassau is a nice port. I enjoy Nassau, but we have been there so many times that it's 50-50 whether we get off the boat when we get there or not. If you have never been there, get off the boat.
Yeah. It's worth seeing.
Yeah, it's worth doing.
There's a lot to see, and you can just walk around if you want. Go in some of the little shops. There's a straw market there where you can go in and you can barter for some stuff.
And get your fake Rolex.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to barter, though. If you go to some of these little shops and in the straw market, if they come at you, I give you that for $35, offer them $20 if you really want it. More than likely, they're going to take it.
They always start high.
Yeah.
Because they know you're going to barter with them. So this is our list of things to do in Nassau. Let me know if you like this episode, if you like these type of shows, and we'll have some more coming your way.
If you have a suggestion on where we should go next, if you want a different port of call kind of visited and overviewed, we would love to gather some information and give you our tips and tricks.
We've been to a lot of them.
We have. And we're looking forward to going to even more.
Absolutely. So don't forget to head on over to Spotify, YouTube, Apple. Like, subscribe, comments, reviews, thumbs up, all that good stuff.
Durka.
Head on over to oceanerstravel.com. You can see all of our videos and podcasts there as well, all in one place.
Yep. Get your Dutch shirt.
Shop, and you can also book your next trip there.
Yeah, I'd love to help you get on your way to your next magical vacation.
It is a unique website. It's got a lot to offer for everybody. Oceanerstravel.com.
But until next time, friends, we will see you later.
See you later.